How do we talk without them hearing? Oh. Yeah, how do we talk without them hearing?
Usually, you would have to mute your mic and then we'd have to talk on the phone.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to open up the presentation now.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Dang it. I got to do screen share, don't I? Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Can you see the presentation?
Yep.
All right, cool. Just give me a minute. You can watch for logins.
Okay. I'm also going to send out an email blast also.
Cool. Hey guys, this is Doug King with Energized Traveler. You guys, I'm so excited for the webinar today. If you're logging in right now, we're going to get started in just a few seconds. I'm going to be talking today about how to boost your energy, your endurance, and even your immune system the natural way with no prescription drugs, no artificial stimulants, Red Bull, and things like that. That's definitely not good for your body. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get started in just a few seconds. I'm excited. We have a lot of people logging in right now. Want to give them a second to get logged in. So I'm going to be your host today. As I said, we're just a few seconds away from go time. The webinar today, when it starts, I'm going to be covering one of my favorite topics in the world. I can't tell you how excited I am about this information. I always have been my whole life. I've learned a lot, and I've got a lot of great stuff to share with you today. So for those of you jumping in, we're going to get started in just a few seconds. Hey guys, we're a little past the top of the hour, and we always like to start on time here at Energized Traveler. So let's jump right into this. My name is Doug King. I want to welcome you guys to our webinar today. We're going to be talking for about 60 minutes roughly. Before the webinar ends, I'm going to show you how to boost your energy, your endurance, and your immune system the natural way, without prescription drugs, without stimulants, things that are harmful for your body. How many people would like to learn about that? Are you guys getting excited? I am. All right, like I said, let's jump right into this. Okay, so my goal is to share with you, my 3 secrets to having plenty of energy while you travel, the natural and healthy way. 3 secrets, 3 main topics, all right? And, you know, we're all busy. I know that. I get that. Our time's valuable. Mine is, yours is. If you guys stay to the end of this, I've got some great information for you. You're definitely going to want to hear these points. At the end of our presentation, we're going to push out a link for you to download free our Limitless Travel Packing List. This is something you absolutely must take with you on every trip to stay in your peak state. It's really going to help you get a jump start and get going in the right direction. So hang in there. We got that coming to you at the end. This is a great list, an e-document. We're going to send you the links so you can download that yourself. All right, so be looking for that. First question. Want to kind of, you know, get everybody on the same page and clear the air a little bit. That's pretty important. Set expectations and all that good stuff. You know, what makes this different? If I was you, I'd be sitting there asking the same question. I've asked myself that before. You know, some of you may be asking yourself this question. Why are we different? Well, here's why we're different. We're going to share information with you today, that's already been tested and developed into a system that really works. When you put the right pieces in the right place, in the right order, in this system, you get this limitless energy. In fact, we call it our limitless energy system. I want to show you how this stuff has worked for me for many years, and it's already helping a lot of other energized travelers. Does this make sense? Does that get some of you guys excited? It gets me excited because this stuff really works. But, you know, housekeeping, first of all, let me just take a second here. I know we're all busy and we're all multitasking, trying to do, you know, several things at once. You know, gosh, can we live without our phones for, you know, all hours of the day? We're carrying the phone with us. But if you're like me, you know, do yourself a favor. I've got some great information to share with you. This is a live presentation. You can't hit rewind if you miss something. And usually when you're distracted, that's when you miss something. You say, well, what did you just say? You know, can you back up? This presentation doesn't go in reverse. So please mute the phones, you know, shut them down, airplane mode, whatever you have to do for an hour. The world's not going to end. If you've got Skype running on the taskbar down there, I'd suggest you turn that off so you don't have any interruptions, okay? This is for you. So next question is, you know, why should you listen to me? Who am I? I said my name is Doug King. I'm with Energized Traveler. Let me tell you a little bit more about me. Like most people, I like to talk about myself. There's a picture of me. Yeah, I'm guilty of a selfie. I took that myself, and that's not a 10-year-old picture. That's a couple months old. I took it in an airport. I'm actually 52 years old right now, and I feel like I'm in my 20s. In fact, right now, I truthfully feel better than in my 20s. I am a former founder and president of a $200 million asset management company. Sold that. Happened to be a lifelong health and wellness student, student of really natural health and wellness, something that's sustainable and it's good for your body, how to slow down the aging in your body and just really feel good over your lifetime. Also, I've been fortunate along the way to be, friended and coached by some top MDs in the country on anti-aging topics and natural energy, also by naturopathic doctors, natural doctors, some top guys in those fields too, that have a lot of experience working with athletes and Olympians and, professional athletes, executives, people that really have to be in their peak state every day. Also a founder at Energized Traveler. So, that's where I'm coming from, but on a personal basis, what gets me out of bed in the morning, I can tell you, is I want to help society, help a lot of people in society shift over from where they're at now over to maximum health and awareness. And that's why this information gets me so excited, because I know it works. I rely on it every day. My friends do, our Energized Traveler community does also. And I also realized too, in my years, that people, no matter what they say and no matter how good their intentions are, they really can't make big and lasting change, positive change, without the benefit and the help and the accountability of a system. So we're going to be sharing with you today, in those three different topics, we're going to be sharing with you three main secrets and some of the key information from our Limitless Energy System or package. So you can start getting some of those positive results yourself. Would you like to see a little how that works? All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. So like everybody else, I've done a lot of things right, a lot of things wrong. Actually, it's funny how life works. You kind of learn the most from your mistakes and when things don't work. And I've certainly gone down that path myself and spent a lot of time in those areas. And it takes a lot of time too to make those mistakes and figure out what doesn't work. And so, we all face the same challenges that keep us from getting good, real results. Yes, there's a long learning curve for new travelers. You're going to make a lot of the same mistakes everybody else has, like I did in the past. Yes, staying on top of all these different strategies is not easy. It could be a full-time job, really. It is for our group. And getting that peak state, getting into that peak state and having high energy and sustaining it when you're traveling away from home is so hard to gain and it's so easy to lose. I recognize that too. So with all these challenges, you really, without a system in place to follow, you're like a fish out of water. What chance do you have? And that's why most people are not getting any real noticeable results out there. And I feel sorry for them. I see everybody complaining about getting older, lack of energy, not feeling good when they're traveling. And, that's not my experience. But so that's why I'm so passionate about this information. Like I said, I had to discover a lot of these things the hard way and trial and error. How many of you guys have experienced that kind of frustration? Your friends and different people and experts, supposed experts, in health and wellness fields say, do this, do this, do this. But how many of you guys would like to take the easy way and start getting real results right now? You can see other people have already gone down this path. They're already getting those results. And you have the assurance of knowing, if I follow those same steps, they're telling me I'm going to get the same results they are. I mean, how cool is that? I want you to cheat and take the easy way. I'm going to talk just a little bit about this and then we'll move on, trust me. But, you have to understand a little bit of what I've gone through to get here today. The hard way involves, like I mentioned earlier, trying all different kinds of things that's recommended to us. Most of it doesn't work. It didn't for me. I have done the caffeine trip and the pills and the energy drinks, the Red Bulls, the Monster, whatever, caffeine, getting the sugar-free kind and all that stuff. Some of us even tried prescription stuff from doctors, just trying to feel good and get the secret of high energy when we're traveling. Spent months looking for the best information and resources and tools for higher energy travel without a plan, without a system. Just really looking all over the place. Tried all these different methods and strategies and wasted a lot of time and money in the process. But as I said, I want you guys to take the shortcut and not follow the path that I did and start getting noticeable results right away. I've spent years learning this stuff, okay, but I want you to fast track your results by learning from my 30 years of making mistakes and eating my own cooking. I care about your success. I want to see you have success and experience it firsthand. What it feels like to feel great with high energy. Trust me, it changes everything. If you think about that, when you, anytime in your past, maybe when you were younger in your teens or 20s, and you just felt great and your body shrugged off, you know, sickness and exercise, you know, recovering, think about that. And how would you like to have that again? Because that's my daily experience right now. You guys are getting excited about this? I'm going to talk to you about how to boost your energy, sustainable energy when you're traveling, that's natural, that's good for you. You don't have all these drops in energy. You're not dragging yourself through the day. How to boost your endurance so you can do more and go further and recover quicker. And you're going to want to do more because you feel good and your body says, let's go. And, you know, our bodies are like to be in motion. And last but not least, also how to boost your immune system. It's not an organ, so we forget about it a lot of times, but my doctor friends say that it is so important. And trust me, I know this. Our immune system is on the front line every second of every day, defending our bodies against, you know, bacteria and fungus and viruses, cancer, and all these serious ailments and diseases. Our immune system is on the front line of defense, fighting those things off. So it's very important that we focus on our immune system now before bigger problems arise later, and make sure that we're running in our peak state. And we don't want to do this artificially or with toxic things or prescription drugs, because that's not good long-term for our body and gives us a lot of, you know, negative side effects. So are you guys getting excited about this stuff? I want to share with you, I mentioned this also too, I want to share with you how to get high energy naturally. That's the key, okay? In the past 30 years, I've been able to travel more often while maintaining high energy naturally, okay? I sleep really good knowing that my students in the Energized Traveler community, they're traveling with high energy naturally also. They're doing it the right and the easy way. Okay, nothing toxic, nothing harmful to our bodies. Are you ready to hear more about that? Cool. Well, before we get into it, the 3 secrets I want to share with you. Again, just a temporary pause here. I have to talk about setting expectations and obvious things in our, as far as our results go. We do need to set realistic expectations here. You know, these techniques that I'm going to share with you have allowed our community and myself to travel more without putting harsh toxins or products in our bodies, and also age a lot more naturally and more slowly. But you're not, so these things really work, but you're not going to get instant results right after this, you know, webinar and this information I'm giving to you. It's not a magic pill where you pop one pill and bam, in 20 minutes, you notice a huge difference. It's not realistic for you to say, oh, you know, next month I'm going to probably want to travel twice as much or more than before. That, you know, and also the results are not automatic. So remember, you know, just because you're hearing this information and you get all excited about it, you say, wow, this really makes sense and I can see what I need to do here. If you walk out of here and you don't actually apply anything and take it to heart and start doing something about it, you're not going to get any results. You're going to get 0 results. So you have to do your part, is what I'm saying. You have to have realistic expectations. And I'm going to talk more about, you know, what it means to have realistic expectations in a few minutes, and how our bodies react when we're doing things the natural way. Okay, but that's the right way to do it. Trust me. Once you get there, there's no going back, and you feel great. So the 3 secrets. You ready to learn my 3 secrets? Okay, secret number 1. I'm going to show you today how to replace using caffeine. to wake up every day with a more natural, high energy alternative. Get off that caffeine bandwagon. It's not good for our bodies. Secret number 2, I'm going to show you how to find out the fastest and easiest way to prevent feeling tired and jet lagged when you're traveling. Okay, instead, you're going to be just feel really healthy and happy and full of energy instead. Okay, there's like 5 techniques there in secret number 2. Secret number 3, I'm going to share with you 5 top supplements that are all natural, that are going to give you higher sustained energy levels for your entire day, for your entire travels and trips. How cool is that? You ready to hear about my 3 secrets? Okay, let's pay attention. Let's go ahead and get started. First one is replacing caffeine to wake up. We all do this. Hey, I love coffee. Actually, more specifically, I love espresso-based coffee and, those types of things. It tastes great. Having it occasionally is one thing, but if you need it every day just to get your metabolism going, and many people are up to the point where they have to go to coffee and caffeine from coffee several times a day just to get through the day. I see this all the time. Okay. So I'm going to share with you a few of my go-to things to get away from caffeine to wake up in the morning and maintaining your high energy naturally when you travel. Okay. The first one, these have some funny names, but hang in there. This one's called ashwagandha. What? Well, this name, actually, the ingredient means literally essence of a horse. So you get a clue here. Ashwagandha comes from nature, and so it's all natural. It's not a man-made type of thing, a prescription type of thing. It's actually a powerful adaptogen. And adaptogens, in general, have the ability to give us a lot more stamina and energy when we need it, help rejuvenate our body, calm our system, balance our hormones. They do a lot of things at the same time for our body. They're really, really beneficial. Okay. They help our body deal with the negative effects of stress and bring our body back into balance. And in the Western world, we live a kind of a non-stop stressful day, a stressful life. The endless list of action items or tasks that we have to accomplish every day never gets done. We're rushing around. We're multitasking. We're not sleeping good a lot of times. We're not taking care of ourselves. We're just moving too fast. We're trying to keep up with technology, and it's getting to the point that it's kind of pushing us instead of being a help. It's kind of controlling us a little bit. Maybe some of you have felt this and experienced this. We're more disconnected socially. And so we have a lot of challenges, and in the Western culture, we demand, food very fast, very cheap, not so much emphasis on nutrition and things like that. So we're really putting our bodies under a lot of stress. And so ashwagandha can help you a lot. It's definitely going to give you, help you with energy getting through the day. How many people would like to try this? You guys getting excited yet? This is something you can go out right now, write this down, and buy this yourself. It's not expensive, and you will notice a difference. I took mine today. I use it almost on a daily basis. Okay, next one, number 2, is another funny name. I didn't name these guys. So you want to take a shot at pronouncing this one? This one's pronounced Shade Booger, and it's a real, supplement. Comes from nature again. Actually comes from a small Brazilian tree found in the tropical forest areas down there in Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay. The tree produces a little red fruit-like berry. It kind of looks like a coffee bean. And in those areas, it's actually used traditionally to make teas and medicines. In fact, in Brazil, they make a drink called Café do Mato, means coffee of the woods. And they brew it into a tea as a coffee substitute. So this is another great product that comes from nature that's good for our bodies, and it just really helps you kick up your energy levels and your focus and feel good and not be dragging through the day. This is another one that I use on a regular basis, if not daily. Okay, that's Shade Booger. You can also find this easily. It's not very expensive. Third one, we've all seen this one, ginseng. There's a reason that it's been around for thousands of years, especially in the Asian cultures, because it works and it's good for our bodies, and it makes a big difference. It builds energy in the body, increases vitality, mental clarity, and awareness. It does a lot of things, and it's proven it works. So I had to put this on the list. This is good stuff. So don't forget about ginseng. You can take it in different ways: powders, liquids, pills, so forth. Very, very good supplement right there. The fourth one is, I want to slow down here for a minute. Yerba mate. I can't say enough about yerba mate. This is actually comes from, I believe, South America. Traditionally, it's normally drank as a tea. Okay, it's full of antioxidants and vitamins. The key thing here is it gives you like 3 to 4 hours of stable, clean energy, but it doesn't give you those caffeine type of crashes at the end. So that as you're coming down off of that energy, you don't get that crash like you do sometimes with coffee. You also don't get the jittery feeling, the jittery effects when you get a lot of caffeine in you. Okay. So it gives you good, clean energy for several hours. You don't have the jitters. You don't have the crash at the end. Also, it happens to have more healing compounds than green tea. We all know how good green tea is. I love that too. So yerba mate is a great product to take on a regular basis. It also appears to be adaptogenic. When you hear this word adaptogenic, think about like a little plant or an herb growing up on extreme climate conditions, like high altitudes on the side of a mountain somewhere where it's, harsh environment, not a lot of water, colder, drier air. And plants that are able to thrive in those kind of environments, they actually literally have to adapt themselves organically and structurally to be able to survive. And so that's what these type of compounds and supplements do for you, that we're pulling out of nature. They're adaptogenic, and they work in a multi-directional fashion to help restore your body by normalizing your functions. They don't just target one thing. They go after several things at the same time. Your energy and your clarity and your focus, and balancing your body's hormones and things like that. So really, really good yerba mate. Can't say enough about it. In fact, a lot of you may have heard of Tim Ferriss, the author of that book, 4 Hour Work Week, and he followed it up with a couple others, and another one's good one's called The 4 Hour Chef. And Tim Ferriss is the kind of guy that for many, many years has been traveling around the world, literally, and doing anything that he wants to tackle. He has a system. He's figured out how to get up to speed very, very quickly, no matter what he wants to do in life. And so whether it's learn a language or martial arts or become a dance champion in another country or whatever, so he needs to be in his peak state on a daily basis and relies on high energy. He was once asked, Tim, what's your secret? And the second thing he said was, I drink a lot of yerba mate tea. So Tim Ferriss said that. In fact, he calls this a nootropic, which is one of his favorite brain stimulants. And he's really focused on those types of supplements that help stimulate your brain. This goes all the way back to his college days. So, it's full of antioxidants and vitamins, doesn't give you the caffeine-related crashes experienced with caffeine, 3 to 4 hours of stable, clean energy. See how that works? How many of you can't wait to go out and buy this and try it and feel the effects right away? You're going to be going to this on a regular, even daily basis. And this is a great supplement right here. If you like drinking something hot in the morning, some of the other ones were pills, but here's a great, I always say, if you take something out of your routine or your diet especially, don't just leave a void. You got to fill it with something better. And so if you're taking the coffee out a little as a go-to thing to wake up with, replace it with something like this yerba mate. You can have it as a tea in the morning. It's really going to help your body wake up, and you're going to feel much better. You're not going to have to worry about, the toxicity of caffeine sometimes in coffee and burning out your adrenal glands and all those kind of things. Don't even get me started. Okay. All right. So pretty awesome stuff, right? So that's, I think it was 4 different products I shared with you to help you get high energy naturally and get away from coffee so much. Pretty awesome stuff, you know, very specific, right? Are you ready for more? How many of you guys want to hear about my second secret? All right, here we go. Secret number 2, I mentioned 5 techniques I want to share with you to help you, you know, boost your endurance and have more energy and just longevity through every day when you're traveling. But first of all, I need to lay the groundwork a little bit more. You know, it's true. I do believe that no matter who you are, basically anyone can have a limitless energy while they travel. But keep in mind that it's really the secret here is, as far as getting there naturally, it's going to be a continuous small improvements that you have to put in place. All these little things that you lay in line in the right order that are eventually, when you put enough of them in place and lay them down and you start practicing them, eventually it's going to lead to big gains. So it's not just one thing or a couple things, it's a series of small improvements. In fact, the Japanese have a term for this called the Kaizen technique. And decades ago, they realized the benefit of this approach, even in business. This is how they approach their business, is just, you know, finding these small improvements and just religiously, methodically, you know, making improvement after improvement, and eventually, before they know it, they've led to really huge gains. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. You heard me say this before too. I'm sorry to tell you, there is no magic pill that's going to turn you into an energized traveler. Okay, there's no. If it is one pill, I guarantee you, it's probably a prescription drug type of thing. It's very toxic for you, harmful for your body. Those are the only things that I know that give you noticeable results within like 20 minutes of taking them. Okay, we don't want to go that way though. All right, so there is no magic pill. It's going to take a lot of little improvements to lead up to big gains. Also, I mentioned before that you have to get involved, guys. You know, we're all humans, but we're all a little bit different too. And believe it or not, you know your body better than I do or anybody else. So I'm going to give you this information. It works. It's worked for me for many years. It works for our community, other people like me and like you. But at the same time, for you to get results, I like to use the illustration of, you know, we all have a car and we all drive different cars. We can all get to the same place. We're all trying to have more energy when we travel, be an energized traveler. But when we're giving you the keys to the car and you have the car sitting there, you still have to get in that car, open the door up, start it up, and you have to drive and learn how to drive your car safely and effectively to get to that place of being an energized traveler. So you have to get involved. You have to take this information I'm sharing with you, and as you start working with it, you have to listen to your body, and you may have to adjust things a little bit to find the sweet spot. All right? Who's ready to hear my techniques, my 5 techniques? Technique number 1. Believe it or not, this is the way our bodies are made. We all have a natural energy crash around 4 p.m. Our energy really drops off. Now, in general, and it's part of our limitless energy system, we train our members that there's, you know, a daily energy cycle, and it's pretty predictable. In general, I'm not going to go through all the specifics here, but in general, when you wake up, you have the highest energy in the mornings when you wake up and the highest mental focus. And generally speaking, with some different bumps and dips during the day, generally speaking, it tails off through the day, going into nighttime before you go to bed. Okay? So you need to keep in mind that there's this big drop at around 4 o'clock. And a good way to avoid this being too destructive when you're traveling is to schedule your travels forward an hour or so. So maybe you starting your day around, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning instead of 9 or 10, getting a little bit earlier start and trying to finish up your activities around 4 p.m. because that's when your energy is going to start to drop. All right. You don't want to fight your body's natural rhythms. You want to work with them. So keep this in mind, that drop at 4 o'clock. Along with that, technique number 2, we do have a low energy period after we eat, especially a main meal or a larger meal, more than a snack. So if you plan to be productive in the evening, fit in those productive activities before you eat that dinner meal. Okay, if you're hungry, you need to have a healthy snack to tide you over. That's fine, but don't eat the big meal in the evening hours and then plan on being productive after the meal. Okay, simple, powerful techniques when you apply them on a regular basis, when you become aware of how your body works. Again, don't fight your body's rhythms. It's like fighting the tide of the seasons. We're not strong enough. It's not going to work. So keep that in mind too, that you want to plan those important things where you have to be productive before that dinner meal. Technique number 3, really, really important. Can't say enough about getting good sleep, and your doctors should be talking a lot about this also, because it's so important to our bodies. We go through the day, we tear our bodies down a little bit, we stress them, we use them, that's good. We go to sleep, that's our time for our bodies and our cells and our brains to recover and recharge. But if we're not getting good sleep, the right kind of sleep, we're going to feel run down the next day. We're going to feel tired, not ourselves. We don't have the focus that we like to have, okay? So keep in mind that especially when you're traveling and your body's already trying to keep up with a lot of change in habits, time zones, that stresses the body, because your body doesn't like change. It doesn't like the unexpected. And once we leave home, almost everything's change and unexpected to our body. So one thing that we can do for our bodies is really good is try to go to bed at the same time every day whenever possible. This is going to pay huge dividends to you. It's going to help regulate your body's rhythms so you're tired at the right time of the day. You should be trying to get around 8 hours, 7-8 hours of sleep for adults each night. Kids need a little bit more. This is really important in dictating how much energy you're going to have the next day. All right, so if you have to make sacrifices to achieve it, it's worth it, trust me. Also, along with that, getting around 8 hours of sleep for adults each night, it's very, very important that you get a minimum of 4.5 to 5 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Whatever you have to do, cutting back on the liquids and drinks before bedtime. Alcohol is good also, because alcohol, we actually, even though it dehydrates, you actually hold a little bit of fluid in your body, and then you tend to pee it out at night. You ever notice when you drink a lot, you're waking up a lot and peeing through the night sometimes? So, or if you're drinking too much water right before bed, this is just one example of a reason that you may be waking up every 2 to 3 hours. So have you ever had those times when you were in bed for 8 to 10 hours or some long period of time like that, but you were waking up every few hours and you still wake up in the morning, you're tired? That's because you didn't get any one period of 4.5 to 5 hours uninterrupted. And the reason for that is it takes that long for the body to get to the point where it's going to be able to release human growth hormone and these other hormones that go into your body that are wonder drugs that your body makes naturally to repair your body from the day's activities, to repair your brain so you feel refreshed and recharged and ready to go the next day. In fact, this is so important. When I go see my personal doctor, the first part of every conversation is, how are you sleeping? He focuses on my sleep. He wants to hear about it. It's that important to him. And it should be that important to you guys too. That's technique number 3. All right. Number 4, it's kind of obvious, but I need to mention this. This is the way we were made. We need to be motivated to keep going. And so whatever it takes for you personally to stick to your routine of some of these basics as far as nutrition, as far as sleep, as far as exercise and being active. As I mentioned, it's very important our bodies to be in motion while we're alive. And whatever it takes to encourage you to do that on a regular basis, you need to do it. Whether you're old school and you like to have a hard copy calendar hanging in your home, or like a lot of people, everything's electronic these days. If your phone has a calendar, your iPad, your computers all have calendars, and they all talk to each other and sync with each other through the cloud. So you can have it, your calendar, your motivational calendar on your electronic devices as well. It doesn't matter, but just do it. Okay. I even funny little story. I just bought myself a treat over the holidays, an Apple Watch. And it has a feature in there where it will remind me every hour to stand up for a few minutes, to get a little bit active. And So it's very easy for us to go through the day and be very sedentary with these desk jobs. And before we know it, we've been sitting for too long and we haven't been moving around. So that's just one little example of reminders and how easy they are. They're readily available out there. So make sure you do this too. That's technique number 4. Number 5, the last one, you don't want to sit down too much. And we're all doing this these days. We have desk jobs and hours go by and we're looking at the computer and our phones and emails and so forth. And so it's really hard on our body's core, our body's spine, our muscles and nerves and things. Our body doesn't like, remember, our body likes to be in motion. So when you're traveling, try to find places where, and just increasing your awareness and looking for it and making a different choice. Try to find a place where they have these higher tables or standing desks, bar top table height, where some cafes have it, where you could work at. If you're looking at your computer or your phone or doing something, make a choice to be standing instead of sitting. Don't always sit down. It's not good for our bodies. All right. So, and as I said, my watch even reminds me on that right now. All right. So that's technique number 5. Pretty cool. Very specific information, right? 5 very specific techniques to create awareness about how your body's made and what's going on and how to work with it and get more energy and endurance through the day and feel better. All right. That's secret number 2. Who's ready for secret number 3? I told you that I want to share with you 5 go-to supplements. They all work. They're all very, very important. And I take them on a daily basis. They will give you higher sustained energy levels for your entire trips. They're also going to help boost your immune system. And we talked about that and how important the immune system is. All right. First one is coenzyme Q10, also called CoQ10. This is a supplement that goes right into the cells of your body and affects your mitochondria, which is a component of your cell. Every cell has a mitochondria inside of it. Think of the mitochondria as a power plants of your body, responsible for energy production inside your cells. And the cells are using glucose. They're pulling that out of your blood for energy. Okay. So the CoQ10 helps the mitochondria, or your power plants in your cells, to become more efficient at using your glucose in your body, at burning fuel and creating energy and having energy and feeling good. Okay, and it does a lot of other good things for your body also, but really can help your energy levels. Interesting that as healthy as I am, when I get my blood work done, I always seem to be low for some reason on CoQ10. So I have to take this supplement, not just for extra energy, but I'm actually low in it. And I do take it on a daily basis, and it makes a big difference. So this is one of those 5 that go-to supplements that I wanted to share with you. And that's CoQ10. The next one is, gosh, these are all great. This one I've been using for many, many years. And this is actually a brand that I like myself. Is the B12, B6, B12 spray. This one actually has both B6 and B12 and folic acid. This is one of my go-to secret weapons. I use this all the time on a daily basis. I've used it on my kids, given it to friends. I use it when I have, before exercise, in the afternoon, if I feel a drop in my energy, it'll perk me up. If I need to go out at night on a weekend, it'll perk me up and help me cruise through the evening without any jitteries. You just have more energy and you feel good. It's a very smooth, clean burn. So let's break this down a little bit for a minute. The B12 in this spray helps support your energy as well as your blood and your nerve cells. Okay, really, really good stuff. It's required in your body for proper red blood cell formation and a lot of other very important things. The B6 also helps your red blood cell metabolism, your nervous and immune systems. It boosts your immune system. It's very important. In fact, B6 is required for your body to make hemoglobin, which is a key component in red blood cells. And the hemoglobin is the primary thing that's responsible for moving oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body to feed all the cells in your body, all your organs, your brain, everything. So this goes right down to the cellular level And that's what the B6 does. The folic acid is needed in there in the right concentrations to help your body to absorb that B6 and B12 more effectively. A little funny story. A few years ago, my youngest son, who's now 10, he was probably 6 years old at the time. We went to like one of those state parks to hike this like mountain thing, a trail up to the top and down. We ended up accidentally taking the long way around, and we had to go, we went down the backside and had to walk around the base of it. So this short trip ended up being like a 4-mile hike. And, halfway through, he's only 6, he hit the wall and he just couldn't walk anymore. And he wanted me to carry him. And I really didn't want to carry him all the way back a couple miles to the parking lot. So I remember I had B6, this exact spray in my pouch, turned around, shot a couple, sprays in his mouth, talked to him for a couple minutes, perked right up. He kept going. I had to do it one more time, I think, to get him back to the parking lot. So even on kids, really good stuff here. That's the B12 and B6 spray. All right. Really good positive effect on your energy levels. Next one, we've all heard about this. This isn't new, omega-3s, and there's a reason why we all have heard about it, because it's very important for our bodies. Omega-3s, I don't know if you knew this, guys, but omega-3, again, think of your cells in your body, and your cells have a membrane or a wall around the cell to keep everything inside safe and keep it from getting diluted by the blood and the rest of the body, keep it together. So, but that cell membrane has to be permeable. It has to allow signals and nutrients to cross that membrane and get into the cell, like glucose and CoQ10 and other nutrients. So you want a membrane that's very permeable and allows those things to pass through into the cell. And the omega-3 fatty acids ensure that you will have permeable cell walls. So very important at the cellular level for energy and endurance and having a strong boosted immune system. And obviously, we've all heard it does a lot of other good things for your body too, for, in the areas of your cardiovascular system and cholesterol and hardening the arteries and things like that and preventing that. So that's omega-3s. The next one is vitamin D. Oh my gosh. I could talk for a long time about any one of these. Vitamin D helps regulate your hormones and helps you to sleep, get good sleep. It also helps naturally to increase testosterone in men and women. Women, don't say you don't need testosterone. We all need it. We all make it. Guys have more of it, but both men and women need it. And I will tell you, with our Western lifestyle and stress and low nutrition, no matter who gets tested these days, nearly everybody is low in testosterone. Men, women of all ages, now even rolling back into teenagers are low in testosterone. Okay, that's how bad our diet and our lifestyle is in this country and in the Western countries. So really, really need the vitamin D supplement. I have a good friend, a doctor, who's very, very fit. And he said that if he only remembered to take one supplement in the morning, he's rushing out the door, it would be vitamin D every time. You do need to take vitamin D in high enough doses. I'm not a plain doctor here, but personally, I'll tell you what I do. I found the sweet spot, and my friends and doctors do the same for adults, to take at least 5,000 IUs daily. 5 to 10,000 IUs we feel is the effective range that people should be considering. Most of the time, I think I'm more on the 8 to 10,000 IUs. So the thing about natural supplements is they can absolutely make a difference, but if you're not taking a high enough dose, you're not going to feel a difference. So that's another key thing. And that's why I wanted to point out the dosage for vitamin D. You don't want to just buy some pill that's, 1,000 IUs. It's got to be a good quality, high enough concentration. And these little gel tablets you see here, they're actually very small and easy to swallow. The good quality ones, each one of those tablets will be 10,000 IUs, just to give you some idea there. So look for that. How many of you can't wait to go out and buy this and buy these other supplements that are going to boost your immune system and your endurance and your energy? I mean, again, I'm sharing with you things that are being used by many people for many years, and they work. Last but not least, the fifth supplement I want to share with you today is called MCT oil. medium chain triglycerides. This is extracted from coconut oil, which is also a really good product, and I use that on a regular basis. This is one of those good fats. So don't worry about calories here, guys. If you look at the calories on the back, you're looking at it wrong. When you're eating in moderation good fats like coconut oil, avocado, extra virgin olive oil, MCT oil, these are oils, really good fats that your body loves, and your brain needs it, your body needs it. And so what happens is your body uses those things for energy, and it'll actually let a lot of the carbs that you take in, it'll blow them right through and not hold on to them. So actually, you don't get fatter, you get leaner, and you get thinner by sustaining your body with these types of good fats. Also, raw nuts are very good, good fats in moderation to it, and great as a snack. And the good thing about fats too is they satisfy your body very quickly, so you don't feel hungry. Your brain says, "I've got what I need." I mean, your stomach says, "I've got what I need," and it sends a signal to the brain that we're good and you're not hungry anymore. But MCT oil is actually a very special type of fat. It's more easily and rapidly digested than other types of fats. It goes straight to your liver. It's metabolized very quickly by your body, and it increases your body's production of ketones, which is a great source of energy, a major source of energy for your brain. So if you need more brain power, more focus, MCT oil, I take this on a daily basis myself. There you go. So you guys getting excited about being a more energized traveler yet? You know, these 3 secrets I shared with you, we had like, I think 4 products on the first secret to get you off of caffeine, coffee, and all that bandwagon, the 5 techniques on secret number 2, and then those, I think it was like 5 supplements here on secret number 3 for boosting your energy and your immune system. Keep in mind, you know, I said earlier, the old model, I think it's a bad idea. You know, you need to get away from that. I eventually did. It's expensive, it's time consuming, and it's unhealthy. If you're drinking the coffee too much and that kind of caffeine to get through the day, pills and Red Bull and energy drinks, bad stuff, prescription drugs to try to get high energy, to discover the secret. That's not the way to do it. The new model that we propose is to learn a proven, time-tested system, having access to every tool and resource and technique that really actually makes you look and feel like a real energized traveler. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you notice that you're not in the average people there, the big group of tourists out there that are complaining about no energy and feeling old. You're going to stand apart from them. You're going to be an observer, knowing inside that you feel much better than they do. You don't feel like that anymore. You can't identify with what they're saying anymore. That's the new model. Following a proven, time-tested system that has, the new model also includes, you know, peer support to keep you on track. As I said before, you need a system, you need accountability to keep you on track and make this change, this lasting change. And you also get the help, you know, of a 30-year veteran like myself. So working side by side with a travel expert like myself and others in the community, you know, you can say, well, you know, what's next, Doug? You shared with me some parts of your limitless energy system. I want to tell you a little bit, show you a couple of real life people, and you know, they were in the same boat as you, and frustrated and not, you know, where they wanted to be. I remember, you know, Holly, she's just turned 50 years old, and she's you know, been trying a lot of different things through the years. Nothing's really working for her. She started following some of our tips and techniques in our system and putting it in place. And now she feels totally different. She knows that this is the natural way. It's not a quick fix or fad. She's sleeping much better. She feels more, wakes up with more energy and has much more energy through the whole day. And when she's traveling, she feels so much better. She's living better for sure. And so, you know, she's getting away from that, you know, the yo-yo stuff and the dieting and all that short-term stuff that really doesn't help your body in the long term. This feels much better to her. Also, Arnold is another great example. Here's a guy that for decades has been traveling all over the country and all over the world. When he lands, and he has to cross usually many time zones. Even that day or the next morning, he's got to be in his peak state mentally and physically to lead high level meetings. And after many years of doing this, he was getting run down. He has followed our limitless energy system and our step-by-step system. And after a few weeks, he felt a huge difference in his health, his energy, his stamina. He's enjoying traveling again. He's in a much different place now than he did when he got started. So, we know that everybody has a certain amount of money, to spend on products and supplements. And we don't have any money to waste on things that don't work. We know that, as I mentioned before, old habits die hard. That's a challenge that we all face because we want to be, we know what we want. We want to feel good. We want to have high energy when we're traveling and good focus and high endurance, boosted immune system. But these are our challenges. It's very hard to break old habits. It's easy to hear this information, get excited about it, but then we don't make a change. We don't make a lasting change. But would you agree it's been, I've been talking about 45 minutes or so, probably so far. Would you agree it's been time well spent so far? I've shared with you very specific information in almost the past hour on these 3 secrets. Let me ask you a question though. Well, first of all, how many of you guys, this is a funny picture. I know I talk a little fast sometimes and I've covered a lot of information. I get that. How many guys have you guys feel like a little bit like this girl, the mouth over the fire hose with all the stuff that I'm sharing with you? I think it's been a good experience. We've had a lot of fun. I know I've taught you some cool things, but truthfully, it's hard to cover everything in 60 minutes or so. So I have a question for you. How many of you would be interested if I had a way to continue this conversation, to continue what you've learned today and to learn more in the future? How many of you would be interested to keep going with this information and learn more? If you don't mind, we've put together a special package called Limitless Energy. I've mentioned it a couple times. It's a way for you to be able to implement this stuff over the next several weeks. And I just wanted to ask you guys permission, if you're okay, if I share with you what's inside of the Limitless Energy system, our Limitless Energy package. Okay, cool. I see people responding to that in the affirmative. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to take a couple minutes to share with you and kind of explain overall what our Limitless Energy system is right now. In our Limitless Energy package, you're going to get, first and foremost, our 7-module video series, Traveling Like Pros. Okay, so we've got 7 different videos here. The first one is the Total Health Blueprint. Is kind of high level to get started with very specific information, step by step, very straightforward, how to get started on the path of being an energized traveler. All right, so really good specific information in there about how to maintain a balanced life on the road, how to be energized every day when you wake up, prevent feeling tired and drained in the middle of the day, how to work with your body's natural energy cycle, what specifically should you be looking at to eat and snack on, do this simple thing you can do each day to help you sleep better. We're sharing some of that type of information with you in that first one. The second one is all about having peak health for life and why limiting alcohol intake when traveling can help you feel more alert and energized. What are the best foods to eat when traveling to keep your energy up? What's the one thing you must avoid that can be deadly to your energy levels when you're on the road? So some really good stuff and a continuation there in the second video. The third one goes into preventing fatigue and jet lag. How can we tackle those challenges when we travel, especially long distances? What's the main things that we do differently today versus our ancestors? And what do we need to learn from that? How do we sync our body clock with any time zone so that you can quickly get through that jet lag? Instead of jet lag lasting maybe a day or two, it might only be one night, the first night that you go to sleep. Okay, how to set up your day to ensure that you have the most energy when you need it. Those are some of the things in the third video module for our Limitless Energy package. The fourth one is, what and how to eat and drink to keep your energy high. What are the absolute worst foods to eat because they drain your energy and really wreak havoc on your blood sugar levels? How to ensure that you're eating a balanced diet that boosts your energy naturally when you travel. So there's a lot of good specific information, and we break it down separately in each of these videos. Number 5 is all about stress reducing techniques, so you can have a happier, more relaxing type of travel. We've all come back from these trips where, for one reason or another, we come back and we feel like we need another vacation because it was fun and interesting, but it was kind of stressful. We want to flip that over for you and show you how to travel, really low stress and relaxed. What are the biggest reasons people stress out when traveling and how you can avoid them, and learning how to pace yourself and use your energy effectively, and a whole lot more stuff with stress management. Really simple, basic, straightforward, easy to do types of things. And you're going to see big results when you start putting these things in place. You getting excited about this? All right, number 6, how to travel with kids. If you have kids like I do, or pets and things like that, we love them. Gosh, we want to take them and show them things, but they can really drain your energy and pull you off your game very quickly. So we've got some great information in here. Want to hit a tropical paradise without needing a passport with your kids, where to go during each time of the year for the best weather and activities, how to travel safe, what do you need to bring for emergencies, why doing this one thing can help you keep you safer and healthier, more energetic. So some really good information in that one. And then number 7 is also about some hot spots around the country, and some must-see destinations, and we will want to share that information with you too. All right. So that's the 7-module Traveling Like Pros, a $9.97 value. Our monthly Energized Travel newsletter, we've got that coming as part of the Limitless Energy system. $197 value on that. We've also got our Limitless Energy Mind Map, which is a great document to take with you when you're traveling. It's short and sweet, but it can really keep you on point with the key things you need to keep in mind at a 20,000 foot view when you're traveling to keep your energy up and your focus. Okay, so you get the 7-module Traveling like Pros, the travel newsletter, the mind map. It all adds up. The total value on this is $1,291. There's a lot of content in here. A lot of time has been put into generating this part of our Limitless Energy system. So you may be saying, well, what about me? Maybe I'm different. It's not going to work for me. I can tell you this information has worked for all kinds of people, whether you're in the military, you're an entrepreneur, you stay-at-home mom with the kids. I don't care if you're a third shift worker, corporate executive, doesn't matter, policeman, fireman. It's working for all these types of people already. We had 2 choices here at Energized Traveler. Our first option, when we want to get this information out to as many people as possible and help them see a big difference when they travel, the first option was to go as cheap as possible. And then we'd really be dumbing stuff down, the information, the quality wouldn't be there, and try to sell as many as possible. It didn't incentivize us to really add in and stack the value for you. And that's what I'm about. I want you to really see change here, finally. But our second option, the route that we chose to go, requires a little higher investment for you, but in exchange, we've devoted a lot more resources to guarantee your success, to make sure that you're going to see a difference. And this is something you can do for the rest of your life. And by the way, guys, this is also something that, if you think about it, why are you doing this just when you travel? Why aren't you doing this at home too? So there's the bonus right there, a huge bonus. And roll these techniques back and be practicing them at home. That's what I do. Here's another person. Diana actually is in the fitness business, and she really has to be in her peak state on a daily basis, and high energy, and when she's traveling, and also in her job. And by applying some of this information, even though she's an expert and has a degree in this area, As she's moving into her 30s, she's noticing changes in her body. She was struggling more. She had to get more focused and get more information. And she's noticed a huge difference. And she's very, very grateful because she's performing in her peak state on a daily basis now, and she doesn't know what she would do without it. So it's made a difference. The information's made a big difference for her. Also, here's another guy, Chaz, who's a captain in the fire department, young guy, real, overachiever. Even though he's in his 30s also, but he's, firemen need to, especially guys at his level, need to perform in their peak state. And they really have challenges in that they're challenged to get good sleep and regular sleep and long enough sleep on a daily basis because, many times they're woken up several times through the night. So he was noticing that his energy was falling, he wasn't feeling healthy, he was in a mental fog a lot of the time. Now, with our information, our system, he's feeling much more energy. I've been talking a lot, much more, mentally sharp. And he's seen a whole reversal in his health and his energy and in his endurance. And also he does a lot of these combat challenges where they travel around the country and go to Vegas and different places for nationals. And they have to dress up in all their heavy gear and fire gear and an oxygen tank and their mask on. And they have to run these obstacle courses and do all of these crazy things. And they're timed on that. So he really needs to be able to be in his peak state. So he's really noticed a big difference. He didn't always feel this way. Before he started, he was probably just like you. Okay. So again, we all get short-term memory loss. What you're going to get is the 7-module video series, the travel newsletter, the mind map. Okay. Total value on that is $1,291. We also want to throw in a bonus here for you. Our ebook on limitless energy, how to boost your energy and reduce stress. That's a $37 value. We're going to give you that too. And we're going to give you our proven checklist, our limitless energy checklist. We're having more energy to get started on the fast track. We have our cheat sheet here with some tips. That's another $17 value. All right, that's all bonus number 1. Wow. Okay, bonus number 2. This is a big one. This is a 10 video series that we've put together for energized travelers, all in the area of eco-friendly, environmentally sound travel. If you have any inclination in this area, guys, like I do, to how do you travel leaner and more environmentally green, leave a smaller footprint, especially when you're going to these beautiful, pristine areas. How do you connect with and find good green hotels? If that's important to you, how do you find good ecotourism companies to work through to book a trip? What if you have kids and you want to go on one of these give back type of trips where you actually plug into the local community and people and make a difference? I mean, how good do you feel when you come back from those types of trips? So, but how do you do it? Where do you get started? We've got all the information for you, the tips and tricks. We've been through this before. So you get to take the shortcut. That's a 10 video series, $197 value on that. Bonus number 3 is a monthly Google Hangout. Once a month, you're going to get a call with me and occasionally with some of my doctor friends where we're talking for 45 minutes to an hour, all things travel and boosting your energy and your endurance, your immune system. Excuse me. And continuing this topic of learning, my tips for staying healthier and more energized when traveling. I got time to do that and share a lot of other things with you. Some of my secrets, okay, to keep your energy high and stress low and have a lot of peace of mind. $397 value on that. Every month we're going to have this Google Hangout for you. So you're going to get all of these things, the 7-module series about how to travel like an energized traveler, the monthly travel newsletter once a month, obviously our mind map, our bonus one with the ebook and the cheat sheet, our eco-friendly travel series, 10 videos, bonus number 2, and the Google Hangout. It's almost a $2,000 value. Okay, $2,000, $1,956 for all of this great information to help you get over to a better path and start seeing a big change in your energy right now. If all this, but think about it, if all this did, really think about this yourself, if all this did was just allow you to access a proven system used by energized travelers, made for energized travelers, would it be worth it to you? Or if all it did was help get you away from spinning your wheels and being frustrated and wasting time and money, listening to the wrong information from the wrong people, doing stuff that doesn't work, is the bottom line, to flipping it over and now experiencing what it feels like to be an energized traveler and really noticing change. Can you imagine what that feels like? Or if all this did was help you get away from being a caffeine and energy drink junkie. I even know doctors that for years were getting through the day, had a lot of energy, but they were going around the corner every half an hour and drinking a Red Bull. And, you know, it shocked me because they're doctors and they should know better how bad that is for the body. And, you know, thank goodness a lot of these guys got smart after many years and they've stepped up their game and they're doing things more naturally, like I'm sharing with you. But even doctors fall prey to this. So, you know, if all it did was get you away from that, would it be worth it to achieving high energy naturally that's good for your body long term? Or if all this did was give you the opportunity to just experience everything you've ever imagined on your travel dream list, would it be worth it? You know, when you feel better and you're like you're in your 20s and you have high energy, your immune system is humming along, you feel good, you're recovering faster, you have that mental clarity and focus you want to have. Imagine the things that you want to do and the trips you want to take and the things you want to experience. I know what it feels like. I want you guys to feel it too. I'm tired of hearing people complain. What is that type? You have to ask yourself, what's that type of freedom worth to you? Think about it. If you were able to double your energy by doing it at the right and the natural way, wouldn't it make sense to get started right now for you and your body? So it's a lot of good information. For all these reasons, it's a great deal at almost $2,000. We sold it to the general public for $697 as a discount. Because you guys are here today, you're going to love this. You can get started now for just $297 today. All right. You can't click that button there. I lied, but actually we should be pushing out to you. If you look over in your chat room on the side, click on the chat tab there of your page for the webinar. We're going to push out to you the link that you need to go to be able to sign up and get access to right away to our limitless energy system, our package. All right. It is www.energizedtraveler.com/special, SPECIAL. So while you're checking that out, one more for you. One more bonus. Last but not least, we want to give you exclusive access, a private login to our building Facebook community where you're going to be able to log in there. And remember, I talked about the importance of peer support to keep you on track, and you'll be able to network and mentor with other and mastermind with other fellow travelers that are trying to do the same thing as you, that want to be healthier and full of energy when hitting the road, asking questions and just bouncing and chatting, bouncing things off of other people and chatting with them, sharing best secrets, because many of them are several steps ahead of you. So $997 value on that. We're throwing that in as another bonus for you to really stack the value for you, to make sure that this is going to be something sustainable and you're going to see a difference. So one more time here, you're going to get the 7-module Traveling Like Pros. All right. The $997 value on that, the monthly travel newsletter, the mind map, bonus number 1 with the ebook and the cheat sheet. Bonus number 2 is our 10 video traveler, eco-friendly travel series, all about that stuff. And number 3 is our monthly Google Hangout with me and Dr. Friends. And number 4 bonus is access to our Facebook community with your own login. So when you add all that up, that's almost $3,000, guys, $2,953 value on this. all this content, 17 videos, ebooks, cheat sheets, monthly Google Hangout, Facebook community, okay? We've put it all in here for you. You can get started today for just $297. Look for that link there, click on it. In fact, I'm going to show you what it looks like right now, and I'm not the greatest tech guy here, so I'm going to see if, hang in there with me. I'm going to go over here, and here's the page. You can see energizedtraveler.com. Here's what it looks like when you log in, energizedtraveler.com/special. All right. You go here on this page, and either at the top or you can scroll down and read this information. It's a nice review of the different videos that I talked about, what it's going to teach you. And also at the bottom here, it's a nice summary of everything I've just told you. You can see it again. All over here, you can click on here to get instant access and get that downloaded right away. So that's what that looks like on the page. I just wanted to show everybody that. Let me get back over here. All right, I did it. Okay, so while you're checking that out, I want to share something else with you. You know, you think about, this is serious because this is for you. I'm already experiencing this. I rely on this system on a daily basis. I know how to have high energy when I travel at home, boosted immune system, boosted endurance. I'm doing things today at age 52 that I didn't even do in my 20s. I am in better shape. And it feels great. But you know what? After many, many years, I forget about it. I just rely on it. I expect it. But it's not what everybody else is experiencing. But the good news is if you start applying our system, you can be there too and experience the same things I am and many other people in our community. So you have two choices. First option is do nothing and do the same thing you're always doing. And don't take this leap of faith. There's no risk there. Second option is pony up this small investment today compared to all the value you're going to get in return and give it a serious shot. Ask yourself, guys, how much time it would take you to pull together this information in these 17 videos and the ebooks and the Google Hangout, the Facebook community, to pull this amount of quality information, this make a difference information together. How much time would it take and what's your hourly time worth? If you just, I don't know if you've ever done this, kind of cool. If you take what you make in a year and your income and divide it by the hours that you work, that's kind of a rough idea of just from that standpoint of what your hourly time's worth. And it may even be worth more than that. That's up to you. But you'd be shocked. And if you take that and try to estimate how much time it's going to take to put this together, you can see how much of a value all this information that we've put together in our Limitless Energy package is. This is just ridiculous low price for this much content. We all know this. We need a reminder of it. You know, money's important to us. Thank goodness it does get replenished if we're working and being productive and contributing to society. We spend our money on certain things and we take care of our families and take care of ourselves and our bills first, but we do get more on a regular basis. So most of the time. So it does replenish. And you have to ask yourself, is it time for you or isn't it time to break old habits? Why is now not the best time to break old habits? It's like that old definition of insanity. If you want to keep doing, if you keep doing the same thing you've always done and you expect different results, that's a definition of insanity. So you have to break the old habits, try something better, follow, and don't just randomly try things. That doesn't work. It's a waste of time and money. Could even be harmful to your health over the long term. Follow a proven system that's always worked for me. Okay? So, you know, while you're checking that page out, I like to talk. I'm going to keep talking here for a few more minutes. I'm wrapping this up, guys. And we want to get you that link too. I've definitely had a lot. I'm being honest here. I'm just like you. You know, I've had periods in my life when I didn't have much money. I failed many times in life. Not all of my ventures have been successful or anything that I've tried to do. So that's part of life's journey. We've all had days where we wanted to just stay in bed and pull the covers over our head. So we're just like you. We're no different. the fact that we are getting different results and enjoying this high energy naturally and boosted immune system and boosted endurance is because of the limitless energy system. It's not because we're special. And you can get started right now for $297. Okay, energizedtraveler.com/special. I like to talk about sometimes it's good to project yourself into the future and look back a little bit and look in the rearview mirror. So think about yourself, these two people in 2 years from now, and which one do you want to be? You know, the one 2 years from now is saying, boy, I took the no risk route. I wish I had started with the limitless energy system and started making a change and following a proven time-tested system. Or do you want to be one of those that 2 years from now said, boy, I'm so glad I did. I rely on this stuff every day. I never want to go back to the way I was before. Finally, I feel better. I feel younger. I'm slowing my aging down. Which group do you want to be in? So get started now. And by the way, I did promise in the beginning that I was going to, if you hung in there, let me share this information with you. We're going to be pushing out again in your chat box there a link to take you where you can download our Limitless Travel Packing List for free. I want you to download that today. Take that with you. You can take it digitally, read through it. It's just one small document, and it can also get your feet wet a little bit and your appetite. So look for that in the chat area there. All right. That's our Limitless Travel Packing List. You should take that with you on your trips to keep you in your peak state and get started with some of these things as soon as possible. All right. So again, what you're going to get is our 7-module Energized Traveling Like Pros, that travel monthly newsletter, our mind map, our bonus #1 with the ebook and the other information, the eco-friendly 10 videos, the Google Hangout, and the Facebook community. Almost a $3,000 value here, guys. Even that's a good price for the time and the money we've spent on pulling this information together in a condensed, concise form for you and with a roadmap. Here it is. If you're a visual guy like me, you want to see it all, there it all is right there. You can see it on the page. All the different content that's included in our Limitless Energy System, our package. I want to thank you all for attending. Again, one more time there. It's the link, if you don't see it, is www.energizedtraveler.com/special, SPECIAL. Guys, I really do want you to take the easy way, the fast track to real energy and a real difference. Click on that link provided in your chat room or go there directly. Sign up today. You're going to get immediate access. You're going to see results. One more time, I'm going to try, if I can do this, I'm going to take you back over here, and this is what the page looks like. I want to thank everybody for their time and hanging in there, and I hope you have a great day.